Good evening everyone, myself Anuj Choukse and I along with my friend Hetanshu are gonna present our analysis of the case study on Château Boomerang. Our key focus is gonna be on the problem whether Château Boomerang should expand into the US, and if yes, then how should they proceed for long-term success.
Hi, my name is Hetanshu Gheewala. Now I'll be talking to you all about the problem statement. Château Boomerang, a mid-sized Australian winery, is facing stagnation in its domestic market, with limited room for local growth and long production of 2 to 3 years. The firm needs to make a massive decision right now, and the key problem is, should US be prioritized and be the next target market? And if so, what is the next entry strategy in terms of product positioning and market approach?
Now let's move on to the company's background. First of all, in Australia, the wine consumption has stopped growing. People already drink 20 liters per person per year, and the market has already reached a saturation point. And high taxes also cuts into the company's profits. And for these reasons, exports are a critical key revenue driver for companies like Château Boomerang. And coming to Château Boomerang, it is a mid-sized winery with modern, efficient production, and it has already started exporting to UK and proven its capabilities in UK. And now coming to global industry trends, globally people are moving towards premium wines, especially in regions like North America and USA. And New World wines are gaining share due to their identity, accessibility and value proposition. Talk about the US market. US is the third biggest wine producing market. So let's talk about the US market. And US is the third biggest wine market in the world, but people there only drink about 10.8 liters per person per year, which is much less than France and Australia, which means there's still much room to grow. And the US market is also making a shift from cheap and basic wines to premium and super premium wines. The price range of $8 to $14 is growing at a rate of 10 to 14% per year, and that's where Château Boomerang can enter the US market. On top of that, Australian wine already have a good image in the US market. For example, Yellowtail, which is an Australian wine manufacturing company and has done really well in the US market. And the key takeaway from this slide is that US wine market aligns perfectly with the Château Boomerang's capabilities of offering high margins, rising demand in the super premium segment, and room for brand-driven growth in an under-penetrated but high potential landscape.
Next, we use the Porter's 5 forces to assess the competitive strategies in the US wine market. The set of new entrants, it's moderate because the French, Italian and Californian brands are the dominating shelves. However, the supply power is low due to Chateau's internal grape sourcing. The bargaining power of buyers. The buying power is high, but the US consumers are open to trying new brands, especially from New World countries. The bargaining power of suppliers. The consumers in US are not consuming a lot of international brands, but they are open to trying out new wine distilleries. The threat of substitutes. The threat of substitutes like beer and spirit is moderate because the wine affluent culture there is quite high, and the cultural positioning as well is very predominant. The industry rivalry. The barriers to entry are moderate. Success depends on the branding and distribution, not massive capital. I'll be talking to you all about the market entry framework. To assess the US market, we applied a market entry framework. First, I'll be talking about the market attractiveness. The market attractiveness is large, it's high. It's a large and a growing industry with its focus majorly on premium companies. The growth is driven by premiumization and interest in New World wines, and Australia and Château Boomerang, because of its internal grape sourcing, does that. The price realization and the margin potential is stronger than in Europe or UK. the people are willing to spend a lot. They want the price to satisfaction ratio a lot higher than they do in the Europe or UK. The company's compatibilities. The company, because of its internal sourcing, it has a very cost-efficient production. Innovative winemaking and strong brand building are its key points, especially compared to old world players like in UK or France. The financials. Financially, the super premium market offers margins up to $3.8 per bottle, which is significantly higher than its local US producers. This alignment makes the US more strategically and financially attractive for Château Boomerang.
So the solution that we would recommend for Château Boomerang is to enter the US market and sell premium and super premium wines, ranged between $8 to $14, because this gives good profits and matches the US consumer trends. And to break it down, why this strategy would work is because this premium and super premium wine segment gives the highest profits, and US buyers already want better quality wines. And this would also help Château Boomerang to maintain a premium brand image. And our plan of action would be to focus on SKUs like Shiraz and Cabernet, which are premium red wines, and also focus on good storytelling, share the brand story and quality, and sell. We are planning to sell the wines through wine clubs, online stores, and premium retail shops, and avoid cheap outlets that doesn't fit with the brand's image.
The expected outcomes with the strategic impact. The short term is 1 to 2 years. The Château Boomerang company can establish brand presence in key urban US markets like Las Vegas, California, then Florida, and a lot of other states where there's a lot of consumption of ethically produced wine. They capture high margin super premium customer base, as they provide a lot more margins for the company. Build initial relationships with distributors and clubs. As you know, the clubs are the highest consumers of wine in the market. The medium term is 3 to 5 years. Expand to new geographies, that is Canada and Japan. Develop portfolio of premium and ultra premium wines, because the US market has a lot of potential for ultra premium wines, as there's a taste for ultra premium wines that have been flowing in from France. So I think the market will also be very open to trying ultra premium wines from the Château Boomerang company. Reach top 2 in volume and value among US imports. As US imports a lot less wine, predominantly from France and UK, but the local production happens mostly in California. The long-term goal is 5+ years to create a sustainable and scalable global export model. Strong brand equity and pricing power in international markets, because it reduces dependencies on the domestic market. As the domestic market has also been shrinking over the past couple of years, hence having a strong brand equity internationally can help a lot. Strategically hedge against domestic market. In the long run, establishing a sustainable export model that balances volume with margin reduces over-dependence on the domestic market. All of this positions Château Boomerang for long-term relevance and profitability with shifting global wine landscape. Thank you. Now I'll be winding.